Good afternoon, everyone. It looks like we have a full class this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me, and welcome to Topica Native. My name is Kelly, and I will be your teacher today. And today our topic is ways to improve your time management skills. And we're going to start our lesson with each of you giving a brief introduction. You will simply state your name and where you live. Then I will ask you to please answer the question on the slide. What is time management? So let's get started with our introductions. Now, as I mentioned, my name is Kelly, and I am a native speaker from Canada, but currently I live in Hanoi. So let's start with Hang. Hang, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, good afternoon, teacher and everybody. My name is Hang. I'm 20 years old and I'm a student. I'm living and learning in Hanoi. Nice to meet you.
Yes, you as well. And Hang, what is time management?
Well, I think time management is a set of particular practice, skills, or systems working together to help you get more valuable out of your time with aim to get best things for you.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Hang. And hello, Ai. Could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Ai. I am 27 years old. I live in Ho Chi Minh City.
Nice to meet you. And Ai, what is time management?
Time management is use time for just for necessary work. I cannot use time for all of work. Just use time as much as possible for important work.
Okay, thank you. And what are, sorry, could you please introduce yourself, Phúc?
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Phúc. I'm 30 years old. I come from Hanoi, it's the capital city of Vietnam, and my background is civil engineer, but I'm graduate in Hanoi Architects University. Um, uh, um, uh, according to me to time management, my Jasmine, you set up goals for your life, and you have setting priority goals for a particular purpose. For example, you want to you want to learn the master degree uh, of project management in 2 years, and you have the deadline for this purpose.
Okay, thank you. And hello, Anne. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello teacher, nice to meet you.
You
And
too.
first, my name is An, I'm 22 years old, I come from Hanoi, and my answer in the question, I think the management is the process of planning and exercising conscious control about the amount of time spent on specific activities, especially to increase effectiveness, efficiency, or productivity. Yeah, I think so.
All right. Excellent. Thank you. And hello, Nana.
Good afternoon.
Oops, sorry, just a second. I can't get your mic off. Hello, Nana. Could you please introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, teacher and
Hello.
everybody. My name is Nga. I'm 32 years old. I'm a project coordinator in the construction company, and now I'm living in Ho Chi Minh City. In my opinion, I think time management is the way that you organize or make a plan how long you spend on the certain activities.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, it's just that the way you just organize for solving the problems or the activities that you want to do.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Na. And hello, Ton. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, teacher. Good afternoon, teacher, and everyone in the class. My name is Tuan. I'm 21 years old. I am a student, and I come from Haiphong City. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Yes.
And what is time management?
Yes, teacher. I think yes, in my opinion, I think time management is the ability to use your time to do something successfully and productively. And I think an indication of time management is knowing when to do what.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thank you, Ton. All right, let's move on to our first exercise. Now, on this slide, we have a quote. It says, managing your time without setting priorities is like shooting randomly and calling whatever you hit the target. So I want each of you to tell me, what does this statement mean? In your opinion, what does this statement mean? So let's start with Hang. What do you think this statement means?
In my opinion, if you start a day without setting a priorities, you will have so many. That means you have so many things to do, but you can't finish anything in that day. and it means you, in the end of the day, everything just a mess, and nothing can come to an end, and you won't receive unexpected renown. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you, Hang. And what do you think this statement means?
I think the statement means if we don't use if we use if we don't use if we don't use time as much as possible for important work, it's hard to finish the target. I mean, we don't have enough time to do all of the work, just have time for necessary work.
Okay, all right, thank you. And Phúc, what do you think this means?
I think this statement means if you don't have particular strategy for your life, you don't know how to meet the priority targets, and you don't know how to use don't know how to get the targets as soon as possible, and how to meet the deadline.
Hmm? Okay, excellent. Thank you, Phúc. And what do you think this statement means?
Yeah, in my opinion, I think the statement means if you don't.
Oh, sorry, N. Yeah.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think the people who have particular, exactly targets and priority, they don't. Their business is not efficient, and I think that can make they do anything they consider it is success. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, and now what do you think this statement means?
From my point of view, I think if you want to manage your time effectively, this means that you should set up your goals, your objectives very clearly, so that you can follow and can reach your goal as fast as possible, and you can have time or work effectively if you can you have a good time management.
Mm-hmm. All right, excellent. No, thank you. Okay, and Ton, what do you think this statement means?
Yes, teacher. I think this quote means we should determine some priorities before we start to do something. Especially we start to do works and study before we study. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and I think determining priorities is very important. It because if we don't determine the priorities, we can be confused with whatever we reach is the main achievement. Yes, I think
Mm-hmm.
so.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Ton. All right, so for next exercise, we're going to practice some vocabulary and pronunciation. You'll see we have a series of 6 words on the slide. And for the first part of the exercise, I'm going to read the words and have each of you read them back to me. When we finish that, the second part of the exercise will be to for each of you to choose a word, define it, then create a sentence using that word. But let's go ahead and read them first. The words are priority, delegate, prioritize, unimportant, effective, schedule. Hang, could you please read those 6 words back to me?
Priority, delegate, prioritize, unimportant, effective, schedule.
Very good, thank you. I?
Priority, delegate, prioritize, unimportant, effective, schedule.
Thank you. And Phu?
Priority, delegate, prioritize, unimportant, effective, schedule.
Sure. And one more time, please repeat after me. Prioritize.
Prioritize.
Excellent. Thank you. Anne, please read those words back to me.
Yeah. Priority, delegate, prioritize, unimportant, effective, schedule.
And one more time, please, with prioritize.
Prioritize.
Okay, so within the word is the word prior. Prior. So, prioritize.
Prioritize.
There you go. That was perfect. Well done, then. Thank you. Na, please read the 6 words back.
Priority, delegate, prioritize, unimportant, effective, schedule.
Excellent. Thank you. And Ton?
Yes, teacher. Priority. Priority. Delegate. Prioritize. An important, effective schedule.
Very good. Thank you, Ton. Now, I want to just take a quick moment to talk about the word schedule for a minute. Now, you're going to see here, even with beside it, that the CH makes a K sound. But depending on who you talk to, there are actually 2 correct ways to say this word. So you may also hear people, instead of saying schedule, you might hear people say schedule, schedule, with more of a sh sound at the beginning, schedule, rather than that k sound. And either are correct, okay? So if you say, what is your schedule, or what is your schedule, either would be correct. Now, I think schedule is a little bit more old school, okay? A little bit more probably proper English, old school proper English. If you asked my mother, she would probably argue with you all day that it is schedule. And she would say, that's how you say it. But in sort of, you know, more people, it's more common to hear schedule. But I want to make sure that you're very aware that you could hear it both ways and that both ways are indeed correct, okay? So just take special note of that. But for today's class, we are saying schedule. So let's go ahead and start with our definitions. Hang, could you please give us a definition for the word priority?
Priority means something that more important than other things.
Yeah, exactly. And could you please create a sentence using the word priority?
You should decide what is priority before you start a day.
Okay, you should, sorry, just repeat that one more time because it cut out just slightly and I might have missed something.
Yes, you should decide what is your priority before starting a day.
Yeah, that's perfect. Your context was perfect. Excellent. Thank you, Hang. Well done. Okay, next we have the word delegate. Could you please give me a definition for the word delegate?
I think delegate is give work for someone.
To do what, sorry?
Give work for someone, do it for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And could you create a sentence using the word delegate?
He can delegate an important work for
Could you create
create a sentence?
Yep, very good. Okay, thank you. I think I need to refresh everyone. Just give me a moment, please. Something. Okay, sorry, can you hear me okay now? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you. All right, no, your sentence was good. I just couldn't seem to, my mic seemed to just, it just wasn't picking up. So, all right, thank you very much. Phuc, could you please tell me what is the definition for prioritize?
Prioritize is I think it's the verb by the same meaning we put priority.
Well, similar, but can you tell us? Can you be more specific with the definition?
Prioritize is to the highest significant.
Can you be more specific, please, with your definition? Can you give a more specific definition, please? Phuc, can you give a more specific definition, please? I want to hear something more specific than it's similar to priority. Can you be more specific with your definition? If you need help, you can read. If you need help, you can read the chat box because the definition is there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the definition, please? What is the definition, please, of prioritize?
Prioritize organize the most important thing is done for the root cause.
That's right. Could you please create a sentence using the word prioritize?
Yes. If elected, we will prioritize.
Could you create a sentence?
Yes. If elected, we will prioritize administrative reform.
We have to prioritize. I'm still not hearing those last couple words. I have to prioritize. What was the last few words? I have to prioritize.
I have to prioritize.
Just repeat what you said. Just repeat what you said, please. Okay, let me help you. So we might say something like, you should prioritize your tasks before you start your day. Okay, you should prioritize your tasks before you start your day. Okay, thank you, Pho. Next, we're moving on to unimportant. So, Anne, what is the definition for unimportant?
I think the unimportant, that means not important. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's kind of like, to make it a little bit different, it's like without, not significance, or it should say significance. So without significance would be it. But you're right, it's the opposite of important really at the end of the day. So really without significance would be how we would describe that. Could you please create a sentence using the word unimportant?
Yeah, my sentence, the introduction is only a brief information. It don't need an important detail.
Okay, I need you to repeat that one more time, please, for me.
Yeah, my sentence, the introduction is only a brief information, an unimportant detail.
Is an unimportant detail. Okay, I got it. Okay, thank you, Anne. Na, could you please tell us what is the definition for effective?
I think effective means that you make a good result that you wanted or expected.
Yeah, exactly. And could you please create a sentence using the word effective?
This is such an effective team. Because they complete all the tasks that our boss delegated.
Okay, thank you. That's good. All right, and Ton, we've got one word left. Can you give us a definition, please, for the word schedule?
Yes, teacher. I think schedule means to arrange for something to happen in a particular time.
Yeah, exactly. And could you please create a sentence using the word schedule?
Yes, teacher. My sentence is we should schedule the priorities before we start work.
Yes, exactly. All right, good job. All right, well done, everybody, on that exercise. In our next exercise, we are looking at 2 useful idioms. And these are 2 that you really will hear a lot, especially I would say the second one. The second one is probably even more common, but you would hear both of them. So the first one is a race against time or a race against the clock. And this is a situation in which you have to do something or finish something very fast before it is too late. So for example, you might say, we are in a race against the clock to finish this project. Okay, now sometimes you may hear this a little bit differently as well. Some people also say, you know, at this point we're working against the clock. Okay, so you could hear it both ways. You may hear people say, we're working against the clock. We've only got an hour to finish this project. Okay, so you might hear it that way as well. But for today's class, it's a race against the clock or a race against time. Our second idiom is ahead of time, which means earlier than was expected. So you might say that we finished 15 minutes ahead of time. Then we have behind time, which means later than expected. So you could say we finished 15 minutes behind time. Okay, so I would like each of you to choose one idiom and create a sentence. And if you're really creative, you can maybe figure out a way to get both of them in one sentence, but you don't have to. But it's an option if you're feeling particularly creative today. So let's go ahead and start with Hang. Could you please create a sentence using one of these idioms?
I choose the second idiom. And we wasted so much time. So now we are behind time. Of time.
Okay, we wasted so much time. So now we are behind time. Is that what you said?
Yes.
We wasted so much time, I would say, okay, so I would say we wasted so much time that now we are behind time.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, technically we could say that. Sure. Thank you, Hang. Could you please choose one and create a sentence for me, for us?
The teacher teaches that lesson in a race against time.
Oh, the teacher, okay, repeat that again.
The teacher teaches that lesson in a race against time.
The teacher teach that lesson in a race against time. I don't think we would quite say it like that. Oh dear, we could. Well, first of all, we would have to say change teach to taught because we're talking past tense. So we might say the teacher taught the class in a race against time. In a race against time. Yeah, that we could say that the teacher taught class in a race against time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that we would quite hear it referred that way too often. You know, you're more likely to hear somebody say, you know, like the project is due in an hour. We're really racing against the clock, or we're really racing against time. But yeah, we could say that the teacher taught the class in a race against time. Sure. Yeah, that would work. In a race against time. Okay, thank you, and Anne, could you please choose one and create a sentence?
Yeah, my sentence. I chose a race against time.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't be late to the bus. I'm running like a race against time.
Okay, I didn't catch the first part. Repeat it again for me.
Yeah, I can't be late to the bus. I'm running like a race against time.
I can't be late to the bus. I'm running a race against time. I would change that a little bit, Anne. I would actually do it backwards and say, I would actually say, I am in a race against time to catch the bus on time. Okay, so I would actually invert that. Okay, and say it backwards. I'm in a race against time to catch the bus on time. Okay? Yeah, that's a great way to use it. Absolutely. Okay, thank you, Anne. And Noah, could you please choose one and create a sentence for us?
Yes. Our team are in a race against time to finish our project one day ahead of time.
Sure, that works. Okay, Ton, your turn.
Yes, teacher. My sentence is because of the deadline of my homework is tomorrow. It is such a race against time.
Okay, I think I lost you just a little bit. Could you repeat it one more time for me?
Yes, teacher. Because of the deadline of my homework is tomorrow, it is such a race against time.
Okay, yeah, that works. All right, excellent. Good job, everybody. So let's move on to our next exercise, where we're going to talk about something that we used to do, okay? So the idea is something that we used to do, but we don't do anymore. So, for example, he used to avoid multitasking to manage his time. Okay, there are some suggestions on the slide, but you can certainly come up with your own ideas as well to talk about something that you used to do. So Hang, let's start with you, please. Could you please create a sentence using this structure?
When I was a child, I used to go to school by bus.
Yeah, that's great. Excellent. Your turn.
I used to swim in a river when I was young.
That's good. And
Yeah, my sentence. I used to schedule time for my previous exam.
okay, thank you. Now?
My father used to smoke cigarettes when he was young.
Sure. Yeah, that's good. And Tom?
Yes, teacher. I used to do exercise with my grandfather in. I used to do exercise with my grandfather every day.
All right, excellent. Yeah, wonderful job, everybody. I have to say my favorite one of today was when a student said to me, I used to have many girlfriends when I was in high school. I thought it was so funny. He said he was only teasing, but who knows? It was really cute anyway. All right, so for our last exercise, we're going to have some fun, and you're going to have a conversation with a partner, okay? And I want you to really treat this just like a real life conversation. So just pretend you're talking to a friend, okay? And you're going to discuss the role of time management skills and how to improve your time management skills with your partner. All right, so let's start with our first pair. Hang, could you have a conversation with I?
Hello, I.
Hello, Han. How to improve your time management skills?
Yes. First, I think we should have a good time management skill because if you have if you can make a list make a to-do list so that you can focus your mind on important objectives, or it will save your time or help you more control in what you plan to do. And so that first I highly recommend that you should make a list, make a to-do list before you start the day, and you should ensure that make sure that your list feel attainable, because I made a list before, but I write at least 30 items to do. So in the end of the day, I can't finish all of it. Just feel it, and so that I can finish. So that day is become disaster. I'm a mess.
Han, have you ever refused go out with friends to save your time?
What?
Have you ever refused to go out with friends to save your time?
No, but sometimes.
Okay.
Because I am a complete person. I can say no with my friend, but if I have so much work to do, I have to say no. So what about you?
I improve my time management skill by making a list of tasks that I need to prioritize. Sometimes I refuse to go out with friends, and I don't distract when I work. I mean, I concentrate on my work. That's all.
And I think you also avoid that you should have a break time to avoid stress, because when stress often occur when we accept more work than our ability, your health will be affected, and it also affects your productivity. And so you should delegate your task for any colleague to decline your stress. Decrease.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm going to jump in there. You two are doing really great, but we must move on to our next two students. So next, Anne and Na, could you two please have a discussion about this topic?
Hello, Anne.
Hello, Na. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Okay, nice to meet you too. And can you tell me about the role of the time management skills?
Can you repeat your question? I can hear clearly.
Okay, so could you tell me the role of the time management skills?
Yeah. In my opinion, I think I have some management skill, time management skill. First of all, I want to talk with you the delegate task. If you have many tasks in a day, in a week or month, I think you should be delegate the task. You can separate the task to do any task. Each task easier to reach the mission, you know. And secondly, I think you make a list of tasks you need to do real time. That easier to review or to concile the task you should make. Yeah, and uh, anything else you can talk to me some time management skill.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think that if you can manage your time effectively, this means that you can get a very good productivity or efficiency. And if it works, this means that you can get less stress, and you can achieve all your goal in life and career. And if you want to do that, I think in my experience, usually I just set up goals, my objectives very clearly, and after that I just break down into steps as detailed as possible, and follow that. I think we should just prioritize each step, because you have to determine that which one is more important or which one is the most important, and you should keep prioritizing that And after that, we can make a to-do list so that they can remind you what you need to do. And one more important thing, I think that when you want to overcome the obstacle, I mean when you face the obstacle or problems, be patient and keep moving on. Don't give up. That's the very important thing. So
Yeah.
how about you?
Yeah, I think so.
What is your
Yeah.
solution?
Yeah, I think that is my opinion. And I have other question for you. When you are overloaded with work, what are the solutions you are often doing, often choose to reduce your stress on the work?
Okay, I'm gonna jump in for a second, and I'm gonna ask you to repeat that question, but I'm going to ask you to have the conversation with Ton instead, okay? Because we've got one student left. So, and why don't you repeat your question, but ask it to Ton, and he'll continue the conversation with you, okay? So, and please, yeah, repeat your question.
Yeah, hello, Ton.
Yes, hello, Anne. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you too. And I'd like to ask you some question.
Yes.
You manage your time in your life, in your day. Yeah.
Yes, can you repeat, please?
Are you manage your time in a day or in a week or in, yeah?
Yes, of course. Yes, because I think yes, I think if we can manage our time every day, we can do anything easily and very successfully. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, and anything else?
Yes, I think just because I think if we can manage our time wisely, we will have a lot of benefit from it. Such as we can balance our lives and it allows us to be better prepared for the demands of our lives. Yes, and of course I think if we I think time management can reduce stress and decrease anxiety for us in our lives. And I think another benefit from time management is helping us to achieve our goals easily. Yes, I think so. Do you agree with me?
All right,
Yeah.
before he can answer, I'm going to jump in. Sorry, we're just running a little over time. You're doing so great with your conversations, but we've only got 2 minutes left of class. So thank you, Anne, thank you, Ton, and thank you, everyone, for having such a great conversation. So let's go over a few things here. First of all, you're all doing very well with your pronunciation. You're all really thoughtful speakers. You're taking your time and really thinking about what you want to say and your pronunciation. Ton, I will recopy your feedback in when I get to you. It didn't fit quite properly on the slide. So I will recopy it in at the end. Okay, so I'm going to start with Hang with a little bit of feedback. Hang, could you please repeat after me? Complicated.
Complicated.
Excellent. And Hang, I want to give you a really kudos. I can't think of the word I want to say. I want to give you kudos. You corrected yourself in the role play, and I thought that was really fantastic. You said, I have so many work, and then you immediately corrected yourself. You knew that wasn't right, and you immediately corrected yourself and said, I have so much work. So I want to say that that was really well done, Hang, that you caught your mistake and you actually corrected yourself. So that was really, really fantastic. Just one little piece, one little note though. You had said your health will be affected, and we would change that to say your health will be affected. Okay, so your health will be affected. So we would just change the context a little bit. All right, good job today, Heng. Thank you. Could you please repeat after me? Old.
Old.
Necessary.
Necessary.
So this is pronounced a little bit differently, So listen very carefully to how I pronounce it. Necessary.
Necessary.
Yeah, that's perfect. A lot of people say necessary, but that's not right. It's necessary. Necessary. All right, and then you had said, I don't distract when I work. So we would change that a little bit to say, I don't have distractions when I work, or I make sure I don't have distractions when I work. We would just change distract to distractions, all right? Excellent, thank you, Anne, could you please repeat after me? Consider.
Consider.
Excellent. And then you had said, can you talk me any time management skills? So we would just change talk to tell. So can you tell me any time management skills? Okay, that would be the correct sentence. Okay, Anne? Yeah, excellent. Thank you. And Noah, could you please repeat after me? Inside.
Inside.
Lost track.
Lost track.
Excellent. And then you had said achieve, you said something like you can achieve all your goal in life. We would just put an S on goal to say goals, okay? So you can achieve all your goals in life. That would be countable. Okay now?
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Yep. Excellent. Okay, good job. Thank you. And Ton, give me a moment. I'm just going to take all of this off and pull yours up so you can actually see it. One moment. Ton, so you had said, and this might have been, you might have just accidentally put an extra word in, I'm not sure, but instead of saying, if we can manage our time effectively, you would just say, if we can manage our time effectively, okay? We would just take the R out of there.
Yes, teacher, I think it's such a silly mistake.
And you know what? Yeah, and it happens, Ton.
Because I think sometimes while I was thinking what I will say.
Yeah.
Maybe I always say and
yes.
It will cause and I think it will cause a lot of people confused with what I say.
Yeah, well, and you know, Ton, you're bringing up a very good point, and often, and this isn't just for people who are learning, okay? Even native speakers sometimes we have this need to think we need to fill space, okay? So even a native speaker sometimes, say they're giving a speech and they're very nervous and they stand up in front of a room of people and suddenly they can't remember what they want to say. And what happens? They start going, and it's the same as you're learning, okay? It's this need, we think we have to fill the space. But what you're better to do is actually just be quiet for a second, give your brain, take a deep breath, give your brain a chance to catch up, and instead of saying or ah or filling in the space, just go with silence for a second. So it's better to say, instead of saying want to go to the movies, just say, I want to go to the movies. Okay, so just allow that silence. It's perfectly okay, and it also will break that habit early, because what you don't want is, as you improve and become more fluent, you don't want to create a bad habit. And that's what happens. And for native speakers, that's all it is. It's a habit. I'm sure you hear me sometimes say or ah, and it's I know better, but it's a habit. It becomes a bad habit. So when you're learning, it's not so much a habit as it is just nerves, but you don't want it to create the habit. So I'm really, really glad you brought that up, Ton.
Yes, teacher. Thank you. And I
think that's a really important thing to talk about, and that was really important that you brought that up. So, yeah, so it's something you can really think about now. But just don't be hard on yourself. No, it's very natural, but be very conscious of going with silence instead. Sound good?
Yes, teacher.
Sound good, Ton? Yeah, you did Yeah, you're welcome. You did a great job. Yes, you're welcome. You did a great job today, and you're a very thoughtful speaker, and your pronunciation is very good as a result. So keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing a very good job. So, all right, everyone. I'm so sorry we went quite over today, and but I'm going to let you go now. And remember your homework, because you know, when you practice your homework, then you can apply it in class or when you're talking out of class. So I encourage you to both find opportunities to not only speak out of class, but also to listen, because listening helps you with your understanding. But wonderful job today. I wish you all a fantastic day, and I hope to see you all in a future class. Bye, everyone. Thank you again.